staff to our official ribbon cutting. It seems hard to believe that it was 4 years ago that we started on a journey to reimagine our library. This was the biggest project that our board has ever taken on, and throughout, I think we've been very deliberative in our discussions and our decision making. So today marks the culmination of that process. We know there were people who said, well, why do you have to change the library? We like it the way it is. We heard that quite a bit, but we hope that today those people will think that they will be as pleased with the results as we are. So I'm going to introduce Tom Prepper, who's going to tell us a little bit about why we decided we needed to do this.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'd like to give you a little background on how the library got to where it is today. Back in 2006, we were working under an interlocal agreement with the Lee County Library System. And at that time, we were a semi-independent entity, but we were in an interlocal agreement for 80% of the property tax money went to the library and 20% went to the county. About this time though, we were coming up for renewal on the interlocal agreement, and the Lee County Library System refused to renew it under those conditions, and they wanted us to become a branch library of the Lee County system. Well, that's not exactly what we were interested in at the time, so we felt that we had to go out and find our own solution, and we did that and found a good one. We petitioned the city, state, and county for to become a what they call an independent district at the time. Well, the petition went through all the approvals, and that's what happened. We became the Sanibel Public Library District. Now, the reason why that's important that we became a district was, and how much of a good situation it was for the library. First of all, we got control over and received all of our accumulated reserves. Second, now the library was under our own taxing authority, and we got 100% of the revenues from the Sanibel people, and it was going straight to our library and no share with the Lee County system. And finally, we were now completely independent from the Lee County Library. And nothing against the Lee County Library System, but we feel like we've done a good job, and we wanted to continue it. And that's where we ended up today. About the middle of 2016, plans were begun for renovation of the infrastructure for the library. Now, we had not done any really significant infrastructure buildup since the first construction in 1992. So it was about time for us to do that. So our plans included upgrade of the HVAC, the fire protection and detection, the electrical and data wiring, and they replaced 2 miles of ductwork. Since we were doing this renovation of the infrastructure, we also decided to make some visual enhancements for the library at the same time. We installed 41 new windows, larger, they were bigger, stronger, and all hurricane proof. Also, the internet at this time was becoming extremely popular, so we laid down 5 miles of internet wiring cable. Now, I know when you look around the library after this is done, it actually looks bigger, but we did this without adding any square footage to the library, and it was just the arrangement and planning of the shelves. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Melanie Congress, and she will speak to part of the process.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to talk to you about
the architectural firm that we enlisted to do this project. We hired HBM Architects and Interior Designers of Cleveland, Ohio, to conceptualize and design the reimagining and reconfiguration of our 30,000 square foot library. HBM works in 30 plus states and specializes in library design, building, and renovation. They spearheaded our community and stakeholder outreach, conducting sessions with the board, patrons, and staff to understand our vision, but also to enlighten us on some of the newest library trends, especially in the areas of technology and interior space planning. The reimagined result led to a library that mixes the latest in high-tech and library design trends with the laid-back Sanibel aesthetic, bringing the outdoors in by reconfiguring the space and adding floor-to-ceiling windows to maximize the natural light and stunning views, enlarging the reading porch, and by using colors, textures, and other materials and fixtures that are reflective of our island environment. Excuse me. I urge you to notice these things and take a closer look today as you walk through and try to envision the shoreline as it reaches the sand and shells. Then take a seat and look out at the views in one of our new living rooms. Grab a book or borrow a device and hook up to the latest ultra-fast Wi-Fi. Or maybe use one of our new study rooms. Enjoy your newly reimagined library. And now I'm going to turn it over to Sandy Zaporchak, who's going to talk to you about our construction manager. Okay.
Thank you. I just talking with Chris-Tel a little bit this morning, I said when this whole project started, we thought with our architects that we were going to manage the construction ourselves. And we're really, really, really pleased that we made the decision to hire them. We knew that keeping the library open while we were under construction was going to take longer. And you know, they initially said, well, if you close it, we can get it done quickly. And we said, no, we really, really need to make sure that the library is open throughout the construction. It was a very comprehensive project. And then we did have the challenge of the beast, and if nobody knows what the beast is, there used to be a stairwell here, and the stairwell construction was a little bit different than what was on the plans, and they needed to make sure that when we took the stairwell out that the building wasn't going to go with it, the floor, because the stairwell was actually supporting a floor. It was a challenge that would have been impossible if we were trying to do that ourselves, so Chris-Tel, thank you very much. They worked with us to make sure that we were going to keep the library open, and kudos to them, Margaret, and the staff. During the construction, the library was unavailable just a few times for a period of a few days at a time, and it was less than 25 days total that the library was closed because of the construction. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it, and we're really pleased with the way everything's turned out. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dan.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm the treasurer. This was a big deal for us because money's always a big deal for everybody. And the good news is, as Tom mentioned, we had the reserves to do this, but also the foundation helped us, and so did you and your donations. So that was really important to us, so we didn't have to do a fundraiser. We know how much fun fundraisers are. So we did this. It's about $5.9 million. We're on budget, so that's the good news. And we've decided that we need to, in our fiduciary responsibility, build the reserves back. So we've added a little bit to our millage rate just to make sure that the next generation of commissioners in 15 or 20 years have the money to do the next iteration. So we hope you enjoy it. It's been paid for, and have a good day.
An important part of this project was our staff. And can you all raise your hands so we can see who you are? They moved our entire collection of books and CDs 3 times. You can't imagine what a job that was. But they also brought in great ideas to the architects. They were very helpful in planning workspaces and also with some of the decorations. They, looked at color schemes, and the board also looked at that. But their workflow patterns, I think, are well represented here, and so far as I've heard, they're all happy with it. So again, thanks to them, and also they maintained an incredible attitude during this whole process. That was so important to see them still bright and happy and cheery and interested in helping all of our patrons, and we certainly thank them for getting us through this project. Okay? Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Morning. On behalf of the library board and staff, I would like to thank the community so much for your support through this process that's taken over 1.5 years. We would also like to thank you for the comments that you've made. Most of them have been about the teen space and the light in the area. And we also want to thank the community groups that came out to help us with the planning. And so they worked with the library board and staff and also with the architects. During this time, I know that it was difficult for some of the patrons that came in, and there were things that you were looking for and you weren't able to find it at that time, but now you can see how it was all worth it. We would love for you to walk around, enjoy the library, see everything that there is to see. Danny Tussey has a whole technology area set up in the think tank, so you're going to want to play with the robots, and you're going to definitely want to do the virtual reality. He has a 3D printer over there, and if you have any questions or any comments, please ask the staff. And at this time, I really want to bring up Margaret. And Margaret deserves a great deal of thanks and appreciation, and she has worked tremendous hours putting this together, sleepless nights, talking to people all hours. Her best friend was Joe for a number of months. But we thank you all so much. So.
Thank you, and I just want to reiterate what Nicole said about the public. Everybody's been so supportive, and you don't know how that's really helped us as a staff get through some of those days of, what, a leaky roof again? Or whatever, and it truly, we would just be at the depths of frustration, and some patron would always make a really positive comment, and that mattered so much. Of course, the board, getting into this, maybe thinking, oh, this will be fun. And it took a long time, but the board was so supportive and understood and was very excited about the whole process. We couldn't have been happier with Chris-Tel Construction. They were just terrific, and we'll be seeing them a little bit more as we finish off some punch list items and things. We were very fortunate to be working with them. So thank you all at Chris-Tel. The HBM architects, as Melanie mentioned, they're nationally and internationally known specifically for library work. 90% plus of their work is library work, and one of the principal's mother is a librarian, so you've got that inside. I think it's genetic, so that really helped a lot, and to get the perspective and to see what was new and happening around libraries everywhere. And I think they did perfectly capture the vibe of the new technology and what's good and unique about Sanibel. And so we were just very pleased, and I think the process went very smoothly, and thanks to you all for your support, your good words, and to the board for its ongoing support. Foundation stepped in to really help out with some dazzling new technology that we wanted to incorporate into the design in the building. So thank you all.
I would like to, we're gonna, after we cut the ribbon, if you would please stay and enjoy some refreshments and some food, and check out our new living room space. We used to call it the Beast, but now it's the Beauty. So please enjoy it, and great views.
The basket's up here with the scissors in it. Sorry. Do we all have scissors? Okay, we'll do a countdown. I'll be 2, 1, ready?
Everybody just look this way and smile first. Everybody right here, 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Pretty impressive.
Are we ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I should mention that they're live streaming on Chris-Tel.
There's Sean RPM. Great job, Sean. Thank you. Bob Koenig and Earl. What's up, Earl? Let's go back here and see what's back here. Kids space in here. Technology hub. Virtual reality. All the kids' books.
I'm not even asking. It's like a pseudo
Teen space. Now we're going to do some refreshments. It's just a little bit of a look. We'll have some pictures later.